Have ever seen someone walk into Paris Fashion Week, steal attention without saying a word, and still somehow get overshadowed by the person standing next to them? Well, that almost happened to Bad Bunny, because while all eyes were locked on Benito's jaw-dropping butter yellow suit at the Schiaparelli Haute Couture show, fans suddenly had one burning question. Wait, who is that standing beside him? And just like that, the internet began doing what it does best, zooming in, investigating, and accidentally discovering that Bad Bunny's younger brother might just be one of fashion's next big names. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about Bernie Martínez Ocasio, the model brother quietly building his own career while staying connected to one of the biggest music stars on the planet. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why people can't stop talking about him. Welcome to Rap Deepest Secrets. We dig deeper than the headlines to uncover the stories everyone is talking about. Subscribe for more, and let's get into today's video. Having Bad Bunny as your older brother sounds like both the greatest blessing and the toughest job interview ever. Imagine introducing yourself to someone. "Hi, I'm Bernie," and immediately they're like, "Oh, Bad Bunny's brother?" That's a mountain-sized shadow to step out from. But instead of trying to become another singer or chase the exact same spotlight, Bernie took a completely different route, and it seems to be paying off. The recent Paris Haute Couture Week appearance reminded everyone that Bad Bunny isn't the only stylish member of the family. The two brothers arrived together at the Schiaparelli show looking like they had just walked out of a luxury fashion campaign. Benito's butter yellow suit naturally grabbed headlines, but Bernie wasn't exactly blending into the wallpaper either. Fashion fans immediately noticed his confident presence, sharp style, and unmistakable runway look. Social media practically turned into a detective agency overnight. Comments started flooding in asking the exact same thing. Who is Bad Bunny's brother? And here's where things get interesting. Unlike many celebrity relatives who suddenly appear after fame arrives, Bernie has been quietly putting in the work long before people started searching his name. His story isn't about riding coattails, it's about slowly building credibility while everyone else was looking somewhere else. To really understand Bernie, though, we have to rewind a little. The Ocasio family grew up in Puerto Rico, where life looked very different from flashing cameras and front-row fashion shows. Their mother worked as an English teacher, while their father earned a living as a truck driver. It wasn't exactly Hollywood royalty. It was a hard-working family raising three brothers with values that would stay with them even after global fame entered the picture. Benito, whose real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, is the oldest. Then come his younger brothers, Bernie and Bisel. Despite becoming one of the biggest artists on earth, Benito has repeatedly talked about keeping his family close. Fame may have expanded his audience into the hundreds of millions, but his inner circle has remained surprisingly small. And honestly, that's becoming pretty rare in celebrity culture. We've seen countless stars suddenly surrounded by people they've never met before. It's almost like success comes with an automatic friend request from the entire planet. But Benito has consistently emphasized staying connected with the people who knew him before the fame, before the sold-out stadiums, and before the designer wardrobes. That includes Bernie. Now, here's the funny part. While many people are only discovering Bernie today, fashion insiders actually saw this coming. Back in 2023, Bernie officially stepped onto one of fashion's biggest stages when he made his runway debut during New York Fashion Week. Not just anywhere either. He walked for designer Willy Chavaria, whose collections have become known for combining powerful storytelling with bold fashion statements. That's not exactly the kind of runway where someone gets handed a spot simply because of their last name. Fashion is ruthless. The runway doesn't care who your brother is. Once those lights hit, it's just you, your confidence, and about 15 seconds to convince the world you belong there. Apparently, Bernie did exactly that, because after making his debut, he didn't disappear. Instead, more runway opportunities followed. Soon he was appearing in both New York and Paris, steadily building experience while fashion fans slowly began recognizing his face. Each appearance added another layer to his growing resume, proving that his modeling career wasn't just a one-time celebrity headline. Here's the thing people often underestimate about modeling. Standing still and looking attractive sounds easy until you actually try it. Walking a runway requires timing, posture, confidence, body awareness, and the ability to sell an entire designer's vision without saying a single word. It's acting without dialogue, salesmanship without talking, performance without applause until the very end. Bernie seems to understand that assignment remarkably well. But wait, the fashion world wasn't the only place where the brothers' careers crossed paths. One collaboration especially caught fans' attention. If you've followed Bad Bunny's long-running partnership with Adidas, you already know the releases usually create absolute chaos online. Shoes disappear within minutes, websites crash, and resale prices start climbing faster than your rent. Well, Bernie also became part of that story. He appeared in one of the latest Adidas collaborations alongside his older brother, giving fans another glimpse of their natural chemistry together. Rather than feeling forced or overly promotional, the campaign highlighted something much more genuine, a family connection that existed long before any sponsorship deal ever landed on the table. And that's probably one reason fans liked it so much. Sometimes celebrity campaigns feel like watching two strangers pretend they're best friends because someone signed a contract. This wasn't that. These are brothers who've spent their entire lives together. You can't fake that kind of comfort. Now let's talk about something that's actually pretty refreshing in today's celebrity world. Bernie isn't constantly chasing headlines. Seriously, try comparing him with some celebrity siblings who seem determined to live stream every breakfast, every gym workout, and every coffee order. Bernie keeps things relatively low-key. His social media isn't overloaded with drama. He isn't constantly inserting himself into interviews. He's not running around trying to become the center of every conversation involving Bad Bunny. Instead, he quietly supports his brother. Fans have noticed Bernie sharing Bad Bunny's music through Instagram stories and celebrating major career milestones from the sidelines rather than trying to steal the spotlight. Ironically, that approach might actually make people respect him even more, because confidence doesn't always scream. Sometimes confidence simply shows up, does the work, and leaves people wanting more. Speaking of family, one of the clearest windows into their relationship actually came from Bad Bunny himself. During an interview with GQ in 2022, Benito shared something that reveals a lot about how he views success. He explained, "I keep surrounding myself with the same people. I keep my circle the same. I'm always in touch with my family, even if I can't see them." It's a simple quote, but it carries weight. When you're touring across continents, breaking streaming records, filming movies, attending fashion weeks, and living under non-stop public attention, staying connected with family isn't always easy. Yet Benito continues emphasizing exactly that, and Bernie appears to be an important part of that foundation. It's easy to assume celebrity families become distant once fame arrives. Sometimes that's true, but in this case, the evidence points in the opposite direction. Whether they're attending award shows together, appearing at fashion events, or supporting each other's work online, the brothers seem to have maintained the same bond that started long before international fame entered the picture. Now, let's not forget the third brother in the family. While Bernie has entered fashion, the youngest brother, Bicel, has focused largely on sports, particularly baseball. That means each brother has carved out his own lane. One dominates global music, one builds a career in fashion, one pursues athletics. It's almost like the family accidentally assembled its own entertainment universe. Imagine Thanksgiving dinner. One brother just came back from Paris Fashion Week, another finished touring stadiums. The youngest is talking baseball. Meanwhile, everyone else is just asking who wants more rice. Now, here's something worth paying attention to. Fashion and music have become increasingly connected over the past several years. Artists aren't just making songs anymore. They're becoming style icons. They're influencing luxury brands. They're collaborating with designers. They're sitting front row at couture shows instead of simply attending concerts. Bad Bunny has become one of the biggest examples of that shift. And Bernie's modeling career fits naturally into that evolving landscape. The brothers represent two different sides of the same cultural conversation. One shapes music, the other helps shape fashion. Together, they create an interesting family dynamic that's becoming more visible every year. Could we see more collaborations between them? Possibly. Could Bernie continue expanding his runway career internationally? Absolutely. He's already demonstrated he belongs in major fashion capitals. The real question isn't whether he'll keep modeling, it's how far he can go. Because right now, he's still early in what could become a very successful career. And perhaps that's what makes his story so interesting. We're not looking back on decades of achievements, we're watching the journey unfold in real time. Every runway appearance, every campaign, every public event adds another chapter. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny continues proving that despite reaching incredible heights, family remains one of the constants in his life. In an industry where relationships often feel temporary, that consistency stands out. So the next time you see Bad Bunny arrive at a fashion event with someone standing beside him, don't immediately assume it's another celebrity friend. Take a closer look. It might just be Bernie Martínez Ocasio, the younger brother quietly making his own name one runway at a time, while reminding everyone that sometimes the coolest people in the room aren't the loudest. Sometimes they're simply putting in the work until the world finally catches up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest celebrity stories. See you in the next one.